Hey, Kate, are you there? I just wanted to ask you a quick little favor, if you didn't mind and have the time. I was wondering if you could bring me a couple of changes of clothes here, and if that would be alright. And maybe I could give you the clothes that I got here, and you could take them home and wash them up, please? I'm really trying to create as little work for you as possible, I promise, but I think that I really need some new clothes right now. I've already worn what I have for a week or so, just cycling through everything. Kate, could you please pick up the phone? We haven't even talked in a few days, and I really miss you. Is everything okay? I really do wish that you would answer me so I can know if you're alright. My messages aren't even coming up as read anymore. I really just wish that you would respond to me in some way. Okay, I guess you're just busy right now. I'll try and reach out to my mom about the laundry then, so don't worry about it. But I really would appreciate it if you would reach out to me and let me know what you're up to. I just wish that I could leave already and that you and I could be together. Anyways, I guess I'll leave it there. Please get back to me when you see this.
Hey, Brian, are you there? You better pick up the phone right now. Serious to talk about. Missed call. Missed call. Pick up the phone right now! I'm trying to talk to you! Don't you ignore your father-in-law like this!
Oh, Greg, sorry, I wasn't looking at my phone and I had it on silence. I'm just seeing all this right now. Oh. What's the matter? Is it something you want to talk to me about? You said it was serious. What's it about?
This is about the fact that I want you to know that just because your wife is in the hospital doesn't mean that you can run around and cheat on her.
Wait, what? What do you mean by any of that? I don't understand.
I mean that just because Kate has been stuck in the hospital for a while doesn't mean that you have permission to go sleeping around on her. You really are a horrible husband, you know that? How can you just abandon your own wife in the hospital, not ever go and visit her, and decide to cheat on her on top of all that?
Wait, Greg, please, you've got this all wrong. I'm not cheating on Kate, I swear to you.
Cheating on her when you're not busy, then why don't you go to the hospital and visit her, huh?
Well, it's just a little difficult right now.
So then you're really not going to come and see her at a time of need at all right now?
I'm really sorry, Greg, I just can't right now.
You really are a bad liar, you know that? I mean, how can you just abandon your wife in the hospital like this when she needs you right now? I hope all the fun you're having is worth it, because we all know what a terrible person you really are now.
No, wait, please let me explain. The reason why I can't go and visit Kate in the hospital is because I'm in the hospital too, you see.
Wait, what? What do you mean that you're in the hospital? What happened?
Well, this all goes back about a week ago, actually. I was out for a little walk, and as I was trying to cross the street, a bike came out of nowhere and clipped me. They actually hit me pretty hard, and I broke my right leg, and I've been in the hospital recovering ever since.
So then, you mean it? You're really in the hospital as well?
Yeah, exactly. Did you really not know about all that? I would have thought that Kay would have told you about this. I mean, she does know that I'm here after all.
Wait, really? She knows that you're in the hospital right now? Well then, I guess I just have to say that I'm really sorry. I had no idea about any of this, and I really shouldn't have sent you those angry messages.
Well, I mean, those messages were a bit much, but as long as you understand the situation now, I guess that's all that matters. But I guess that means that there are a ton of people in the hospital right now then. I mean, there's me, Kate, and even Holly, right? How's Holly doing, by the way?
Yeah, Holly's still in the hospital as well. She went out with a friend, and I guess at some point she fell down some stairs and ended up hurting herself. Overall, the damage wasn't that bad, but she did hit her head, and so the doctors were of course nervous about that, and wanted to keep her in the hospital to examine her further.
I see. Well, I'm really sorry that I haven't been able to see either of them while they're in the hospital right now. But actually, if it's okay, I have something that I want to talk to you about, and I think you might have the answer.
Well, I guess after the way I treated you, that's the least I could do. What is it? What are you curious about?
The thing is that I haven't actually been able to get a hold of Kate for the past few days now. But now you're telling me that she's in the hospital, and I wonder if that's why I haven't heard from her at all.
You mean you and Kate haven't even been talking to each other for the past few days? Well, both Kate and your daughter just went into the hospital today, actually. When I got to the hospital, I tried to call your landline, but there was no one to answer the phone, and that's why I started to message you on your cell phone. But the reason that I said what I did is because Kate told me that she was worried that you were cheating on her. I guess I just believed her and didn't ask for any more details, and then when I started messaging you,
I see. Well, thank you for clearing that up, but I want you to know that I promise I am not having any kind of affair. Although I wonder why Kate would tell you that. I think I know why, though. The thing is that I've been coming home from work later and later because things are getting so busy for us, so I can't say that I don't understand why she might be suspicious. So I think what this really boils down to is all the hours that I've been having to put into my job.
You really think that's where she was getting that notion from? Well, if that's the case, I'll go and talk to her about that and explain what you told me. By the way, which hospital are you in right now?
It's the one not far from Kate and I's house across the street from that one thrift shop, you know?
Oh, I see. The girls are both in a general hospital in the next town over where I live.
Oh, well, that's good to know that we're not actually that far away when you think about it.
I think that if I got on the freeway, I could basically make it to where you are in about 15 minutes or something like that. Actually, if it's okay with you, I'd like to go out there and talk to you for a little bit about something in person.
Yeah, that's no problem at all. Just be careful coming over. It's not like I'm gonna be going anywhere soon, though, and there's something that I'd like to talk to you about in person as well.
Brian, are you there? I'm so sorry that I couldn't get back to you this whole time. You're not going to believe it, but my Holly and I are actually in the hospital just like you. We were going out with a friend, and then we both fell down the stairs and ended up needing to go see the doctor. We're not quite back to our full strength yet, but the doctor told me that I could go and reset back with my parents if I wanted to. But more than anything, I'm just glad that I wasn't seriously injured and didn't suffer any kind of permanent damage.
Oh, I see. Well, that sounds like a real mess, but I'm glad you're okay and we'll get to go home soon.
Well, what about you? How are you doing? Do you still need me to bring your clothes, or did you manage to get that figured out since you reached out to Tom?
Yeah, don't worry. I just reached out to my mom and I asked her if she wouldn't mind bringing me something to wear.
Got it. Well, I am glad that you were able to get that sorted out without me. I really am sorry that I wasn't able to get back to you at all, but I'll come and visit with you with Holly soon, okay?
Hey, Greg, are you there? I just wanted to let you know that I got a message from Kate. She told me she's out of the hospital and was going to be recovering at your place for the time being. I was just wondering if that was really true. Is she really over there at your guys' house right now?
No, actually, Kate isn't here, and if she was gonna be coming, then I haven't heard anything about that at all. But we do have Holly home here with us.
I see. Well, I guess that just makes me have even more questions than anything.
Well, while you've been in the hospital, Kate told me that she had her hands full with Holly, and that things were getting difficult with you there. So she asked me if I could watch her, and I've been taking care of your daughter for about 2 weeks now.
Wow, you've been watching Holly for 2 weeks now? Just what is Kate up to?
I'm not really sure. I'm just glad that I have Holly here so that nothing is happening to her while Kate is out there doing, whatever it is that she's doing.
Well, I guess it's a good thing that we were able to talk in person about this a little the other day. It seems that our worst fears might be right after all, though.
I know what you mean, and I really want to say how sorry I am about all this.
No, Greg, you don't have to apologize for anything at all. I'm just grateful that you have been on my side and been so understanding through this whole ordeal. Anyways, I'll let you know as soon as I'm all ready here. And I'm just really sorry to have to ask, but could you just please hold on to Holly for a little bit longer?
Of course, it's no problem at all. I would be more than happy to watch her.
Greg, are you there? I just wanted to say how grateful I am that you took Holly to come and see me the other day. Also, I heard that you took her to go and see my parents afterwards as well, isn't that right?
Yeah, that's right. Holly was telling me how long it's been since she's last seen her other grandparents, and so we went there afterwards. But your parents were very surprised and happy to see us. They were saying how they just wished that you could be out of the hospital already.
Greg, I can't tell you how much it means that you did that. Thank you again, really. But now I guess that we should probably talk about the matter at hand, right?
I suppose so. How are things on your end? Did you get all the preparation done that you need to?
I think so, yeah. If everything goes according to plan, we should be ready for things to go down at my house around 9 in the morning tomorrow. If I could ask you to be ready by then, I'd be really grateful. Thank you.
You got it. I guess I'll see you tomorrow at 9, okay? Get some rest.
Hey, Kate, I was just wondering if you were still recovering at your parents' house right now?
Hey, Brian. Yeah, I'm still here with my parents, just trying to get over my injuries. I'm mostly healed up, but there is still some pain and discomfort, so I'm trying to take it easy and not to push myself. Although, because I fell down the stairs, I noticed that I just get really scared when I'm near tall places now.
I see. Well, that kinda stinks, given that our apartment is on the 7th floor of our building then, huh?
That's right, and I really wanted to take Holly and go to visit you in the hospital, but when I learned what floor you were on... Well, I'm sorry, but I think I'm just not mentally ready to be in a place like that right now, but you understand, don't you?
It's okay, Kate. You don't have to worry about that. Thankfully, my mom has been coming to keep me company.
That's great to hear. Please tell your mom that I'm really thankful to her for doing that and that I'm glad she's there for you. It's a really good thing that your family lives so close to the hospital where you're at right now. I promise to work on this new fear of heights that I've gotten and try to overcome it by the time that you're ready to leave the hospital.
Oh, you don't need to worry about doing anything like that, I don't think.
What do you mean? I'm scared of heights now, and I want to be over this fear by the time we're living together again.
I just mean that you won't have to do that because you're already at our apartment right now, aren't you? I mean, people have already seen you walking around town too, even though you're supposed to be injured and immobile. But from what I've heard, it sounds like you're already over your fear of heights, given that you've been coming to and from our apartment this whole time. Not only that, but people have even seen you coming in and out of our place with a man who isn't me.
Wait, Brian, what is this? What are you talking about? I told you that I'm staying with my family right now while I recover. Do you really think that I'm out doing something with other people when I'm still injured?
Oh please, the only one who's at your parents' house is Holly, isn't it? Meanwhile, you've been taking advantage of the fact that I'm at the hospital to go and run around with whoever this other man of yours is, right?
Brian, how could you say that? Of course I'm not doing anything like that at all. You're not actually serious about this, are you? I mean, you do know that I actually fell down the stairs and have been healing this whole time, don't you? How can you even joke about me lying about this?
About where these stairs were that you fell down were? They were at the apartment of the boyfriend of yours while he was away on a business trip, right?
Are you still going on about this other man? I am telling you that I have no idea what you're talking about at all.
Why are you still lying to me about this? I know that you'll leave Holly with a friend or with parents and then go over and see this guy. But this time you didn't have anyone to watch over Holly, so you took her to this man's apartment, huh? But that was then, while climbing up the stairs, when going to his place, both you and Holly slipped and fell down the stairs. Then, when you were gonna call the ambulance, you didn't want any questions about where you were or why you were there. So you drove all the way back to our place, pretended to fall down the stairs again, and then you called the ambulance. And ever since then, you've been holed up in our apartment, haven't you?
But how do you know all this? I don't get it.
Because while I have been here in the hospital, I also hired a private investigator to follow you and watch what you were doing.
Why would you do that?
Because you were acting suspicious and things weren't adding up. So as he was following you to your boyfriend's place, he heard both of you fall and watched you get in your car and drive back to our place.
You mean that this person you hired to follow me saw the whole thing?
That's right. I know the whole truth and there's nothing you can say that's gonna convince me otherwise. But that's all you're gonna hear about this from me. I'll leave what happens next up to your dad.
My dad? What do you mean? What does he have to do with any of this?
Well, he's actually waiting right now outside of our building. He even caught your little boyfriend as he tried to leave the building.
He caught him? But how did he even know who he was?
Well, that's what you get for sleeping with someone who works for your dad. He told me via text about how he caught this guy and that he knows exactly who he was.
Brian, are you there? Please, you have to help me. At the very least, you have to give me custody of our daughter. I don't care if you want a divorce. If that's what you want, then I'll give it to you. Just please don't take my little girl away from me.
I can't believe that you're seriously asking me this. After you let our daughter fall down the stairs, you didn't call for help and you changed the scene of the crime first. But what if Holly had been seriously injured? Don't you realize the risk that you were taking with her health just so you wouldn't get caught? Do you ever really think I would ever entrust my daughter to someone like you ever again?
What are you talking about? How can you accuse me of trying to put our own daughter in harm's way?
What do you mean, what am I talking about? Are you really gonna pretend like we haven't already talked about this? I am talking about not only were you lying about taking care of Holly, when what you were really doing was dropping her off at a friend's place or your parents to go and cheat on me, but on top of that, you actually brought our daughter to the home of the man who you were having an affair with, let her get injured, and then waiting to call for help until you thought you wouldn't get in trouble for it.
Well, what was I supposed to do? I didn't have anyone else who I could leave her with.
What were you supposed to do? You weren't supposed to cheat on me for starters!
But I already had it in my schedule to meet up with this guy. I can't just change my schedule like that.
Are you seriously ignoring the part where you are literally cheating on me, your husband? I don't care how you see the situation. The fact of the matter is that I've been given custody of Holly and you are never gonna have her again.
But you can't keep her. If you have her, then that means that I have to pay you child support.
That's right. And don't forget about the money that you owe me after I sue you for the affair, too.
But I'm going to be flat broke by the time I pay you all that.
Kate basically ended up having to pay me all the money that she had saved up for herself before the two of us were married. Then she still had monthly child support payments to make as well. She ended up having to beg her father to help her find a job, and he found her a position in one of her friend's businesses. Her parents even let her move in with them on the condition that they would strictly control all of her money and how late she would stay out. As for Holly and I, we had support from friends and family come flooding in after the divorce. Even without all the money from child support, just knowing how many people have been willing to help us makes me think that we'll be just fine.